to play. 150 matches is what Becky Sauerbrunn has appeared in now in the NWSL. Becky is here right now. When you hear 150, that's like Christine Sinclair numbers. What does that mean significance to you?
I honestly had no idea. And then Weaver at halftime was like, congratulations. I'm like, what do you congratulate? We're down. Like, what are you talking about? She's like, oh, I'm 150. So I had no idea. Super proud to play 150 games in this league. It's kind of wild to think about, but I played on some great teams. And so very fortunate that I've had the longevity to experience it. So I'm just proud.
Certainly a bummer result tonight. The challenge was stiff when you came into it. I know you guys were up for the task, but how do you rebound now as you do have 2 weeks to refuel the body, because it's been a grind of a month of August, as much as you can possibly be asked to do?
Yeah, I think the lessons from the entire month. We've had some really high moments and low moments, and you learn from it, and then you just kind of close the chapter on the month. We've got 5 games left, like you said, and the top of the table, like 1 through 6, is just so tight, and so we really just need to think of all these, as Rianne said, as finals themselves. We have 5 finals, because if we, get down on ourselves and we start losing a few more games, we could find ourselves outside of the playoff race, and that is unacceptable for us.
So from a leadership standpoint, obviously, 150 appearances, and you've just been a leader in so many ways for this team. So when something like this happens and you drop 2, which is completely uncharacteristic for this group, what's next for the group, and how do you lead them through this?
I mean, that's a great question. Luckily, there's a lot of leaders on this team who have been through tough times, and you really just have to keep everything really positive and really competitive. And so when we get back into training, it's all about the details. It's about being committed and disciplined and taking care of your bodies, and really making every single meeting, training, weight lift session, make it count. And you have to do that throughout the rest of the season and into the playoffs, and you have to gain that momentum. And once you have that momentum, very hard to beat.
So here's a different question, and I don't know that I've seen it answered by somebody like yourself. When there's an international window like this, how does that work for the team, and then how is that utilized to then launch into the next part of the year?
Yeah, so the international break that we're coming up on now, the players that are staying here will get about 3 days off and rest from August and recharge, and then they'll start training again. And then the internationals, we're kind of going all over the world right now. You've got Canadians that are going to Australia, and you've got Rocky, I think, that's going to Colombia, so we're all over the place, and we kind of have to take care of business because we are playing for our countries and everything. And so we try to take care of ourselves as much as possible. We get back here, they also try to take care of us and reintegrate us into the squad, and that can be really tough. It can go really smoothly sometimes, and sometimes it can be really tough. But luckily with Portland, I think everything from the staff down, there's a really clear plan. There's ways to protect your players, and the players that are here, they're doing work. The players that are away, they're doing work, and then we come back together and just try to make it meld.
2 weeks from now, you guys will be back together in Orlando, and then I believe you go to Louisville as well. You come back home for 2 as well. The best part of this season is what? I know it's a 1 match at a time situation, but when you get into September, you see the playoffs coming. What is the best part of that as a player, knowing it is time to go?
Honestly, I am not even thinking about playoffs, so I cannot answer your question because I refuse to look beyond games. I refuse. I am refusing right here. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Just the idea of knowing. You're not even going to answer me that way.
No.
I can't even think about phrasing it a different way.
True professional.
Okay, so you're 3 days off. What are you going to do?
Oh, I don't have 3 days off.
Are you on a plane tomorrow?
I go to camp tomorrow. So the ladies that are not on international duty, they will be staying here. But the rest of us, we are flying everywhere around the world starting tomorrow.
What's the first stop for you?
For me, Kansas City. We play a game against Nigeria at Children's Mercy Park.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys will stay there for a couple weeks later. That's where you guys do go in 2 weeks on the 18th. Becky Sauerbrunn, hopefully you get a little bit of time off, a good night's sleep at least before you board that.